So are you sick of a truck being in your yard?
Doesn't bother me in the least. If it's not my project, it doesn't bother me.
There's truth to that, ain't there? Like, okay, I don't gotta think about those.
Yeah.
What are you up to today? I seen the loader come back.
Yeah, so that means we finally got trees down.
Nice.
I needed my pickup, so I had no wheels up there, so I drove that back to you guys.
Yep, I understand. Isn't it just amazing, like, when projects, like, how much time it takes just to get the equipment on site?
Yes.
You know, that's what, when I'm bidding stuff, it's like, you look at the, like, just, like, the cost of getting equipment on site and how much time it takes. Yeah.
Yep.
That's why I don't have to think about that quite yet, and that's why I'm working on this. This right here is Eric's Happy Place.
So what does that need to be running? Because did you put a new radiator in it?
So radiator we had checked out in 2020, right before COVID broke out. And then radiator was junk. But then this has what they call their super flow radiator. So it's special. It's for their heavy. It's not a camper special truck, but it's like the equivalent. It has their heavy tow package. The radiator is the Ford Superflow. Now, because of supply chain shortages, nobody had a remanufactured or like a remake Superflow. So then we had to go get a core in. What do you think the core costed me? Now, you remember, we have cousins that do radiator repair. Usually I kind of get a little bit of a family discount, but just guess. What do you think the radiator cost to get record?
$300.
Times 4.
What? $300.
Times 4.
What?
That's a $1,200 radiator.
Wow.
Now, okay, so luckily cousins are super cool because he was asking me, he's like, what's it in? And he's like, well, you could make, just a regular F-150 one work. And that's what originally I thought. But then I started looking at all the brackets I had to make and this and that. And he said, he's like, if you decide to go, like, have me record, he's like, I won't even charge you for labor. He's like, I know what truck it's going in. He's like, I think it'd be cool just to, like, keep the factory radiator in it because he was showing me where the Ford stamp, the numbers are in it and everything on the tanks. So he's like, there is something really cool because he's a car guy and he's got a lot of cool stuff. But he knew, he's like, that truck's gorgeous. It's from California. He's like, if you spend the money, he's like, I won't even charge you to record it. So yeah, I have a $1,200 radiator in a $2,000 pickup. Yeah.
That means it's a $3,200 pickup.
Yeah, exactly. Well, good morning. It is about 6:30 and I'm headed to the shop, and this is the earliest I've headed to the shop in a long time just because I've been kind of working more the late night shift more, I don't know, somewhere between like getting home between 10 and 2 o'clock in the morning. And finally able to break that. Just been really busy doing a lot of work. And that's the thing when you're self-employed, you usually end up just working until the job's completed for the night. Doesn't matter what time that is. Well, this morning we were finally able to break that kind of pattern. And you just tell it's just a beautiful morning. We had just a little overcast of rain. And so it's kind of nice and cool outside. And so I'm headed to the shop because I got a special project I'm kind of working on. Nothing real over the top crazy, but something that's just kind of dumb, dorky, and the type of thing only Eric likes to do. All right, so if you can see there on the bench, we have an old school Holley carburetor. It's just funny working on something that doesn't have any wires coming out of it. It's all mechanical. I gotta take that back. There's one wire for the electric choke. But yeah, it's just amazing. This one here was on a pickup, this 77 Ford that I got. This is like the last project of the summer I wanted to get running, and so we could drive it. And the other day we pulled it out, but the carburetor was wasn't taking fuel. We had fuel up to the carburetor, but it didn't want to hit, and so I haven't found the problem yet. I'm gonna go through, clean this. We were been waiting a couple days for the rebuild kit to show up, and finally the rebuild kit showed up, and so I'm gonna get to work here and start going through that. Especially while the shop's just quiet, I'm here all by myself. That's the dream. All right, so my truck's a mess. It'll get cleaned up before fall, but we got carburetor, we got a whole bunch of tools. Let's go bolt this on. Overall, everything today has gone pretty smoothly. Like, everything came apart nice. Carb's actually in nice shape. Sometimes with the ethanol fuels and age, you'll see where the inside aluminum's all corroded and just really nasty. This was actually still in really nice shape, which just kind of signifies I don't think it's don't think it's been on that truck that long. But let's go throw it on and see if we can get it to fire up. Oh, kind of excited. I got insurance on the truck. We can throw the collector plates on and we're legal. Kind of cool. Oh, just looking at that truck is just kind of cool. Now, believe me, as a responsible, self-employed adult, there's 8 million things I should be working on. But this is what I want to work on. I don't know if you ever feel the same, but every weekend this year I've worked Saturday, Sunday. It just hasn't mattered, and it's just been a little chaotic. And so today, Wednesday, we'll be an adult later today because I gotta do some trucking. But today for right now, we're just gonna pretend I'm 16 again, bolt the carburetor on, and try to get an old Ford pickup running and see if we can't drive it around a little bit. Kind of excited. So are you sick of a truck being in your yard?
Doesn't bother me in the least.
What are you up to today? I seen the loader come back.
Yeah, so that means we finally got trees down.
Nice.
I needed my pickup, so I had no wheels up there, so I drove that back to
Yep. So yeah, I have a $1,200 radiator in a $2,000 pickup. Yeah.
That means it's a $3,200 pickup.
Yeah, exactly. With all the supply chain shortages, it took a while to get here, and then I got the radiator back probably March of last year, so like March of 22.
Yeah.
But now we're in July of 23, and after sitting almost 4 years, I had to go through the carb, throw a carb kit in it. So that's what I'm doing right now, bolting it on, and yeah, kind of excited.
Yeah, it's been in the barn for 2 years.
I know, sadness, right? Actually 3.
Has it been 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The ultimate sadness was when we had heavy Chev in front of it, and we had Chevy, old classic Chevy, and old classic Ford that just were DOA because of radiators.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
That was 21, the ultimate summer of sadness.
So now, do you have a count on how many old pickup trucks you have?
Yeah, you know, then like when I look at the insurance, I see it.
I think you should park them all next to each other and get an actual, like, oh, that's how many there are.
You kidding me? In this neighborhood, oh my God, I'd have neighbors come unglued on me. All right, well, we ran into our first problem. Our old gasket is meant for this EGR valve, and it has kind of this little cutout here. The one in the kit does not. And so for today, the old gas ain't terrible, but we're gonna throw some Permatex on there and Permatex it down. And this is what you call an in the field fix. And we're gonna make it work. Well, we got the carburetor bolted on there. We're at that point where it's time to see if she won't fire up. Kind of excited. Yeah, really kind of excited. It's only been a couple years, but here we go. All right, I might be too old to be jumping up and down, but it is running. Yes, it's sitting here idling nice. Actually, the air conditioning pump kicked on. It was actually blowing cold air, and that's what I was a little worried because we've seen a little bit of oil residue in that clutch, and I thought, oh no, the pump's crap. But I got to run back home, get a couple gaskets. The one back, I don't know what they call it, float level, something or other. There's more professional carb guys than I am. But that's leaking just a little bit, and so I'm gonna go back to the shop. I know I had new ones in the kit. I took a shortcut. I didn't put them in. I should have put them in, but I didn't put them in just because they weren't leaking earlier. And so, yes, sometimes shortcuts bite you in the butt. Today they did. But I don't care. It's running. Yes. So we're going to run back to the shop, grab those parts, put them in, and then hopefully take this thing for a drive today. Okay. All right, we're back. I got the gaskets I need, and we're gonna throw these in quick, and then hopefully we get to drive it. That is the goal. Oh, this is so much more fun than driving a semi, let me tell you. Well, good news, bad news. I think we got a plug that's a little bit fouled out. It's got a little bit of a miss on low RPMs. But that's not stopping us from driving it, that's for sure. Here we go. All right, well, good news. Took her up and down the road. Everything ran really decent for what you kind of expect. I'm wondering if I don't have it just a little fat. I can get the miss out of it. And here's the downside when things sit for a long period of time. You don't quite know what you're fighting. So normally if it would have just started up and she was running that way, I would say, hey, yep, probably need plugs and wires, you know, basic tune-up stuff. After taking it up and down the road, bringing it in the yard here, she was kind of chugging along a little bit. If you revved it up, she came out of it. So maybe I just got to tweak the carb a little bit. Maybe she's running just a little bit fat. But hey, that's all part of the fun of hot rodding. Today, just super thrilled. Super thrilled it's running. It's just a nice feeling.
What are there 4 of this body style?
Hang on. Okay, should we name them?
All right, yep.
70 Bronco, yellow Bronco.
Yep.
70 Mustang, Rusty Red, 76 Highboy. This one, 77 250 from California.
Yep.
79 Rado.
Yep.
And I quit counting.